hindi din po rape yun.
Oh, the fact na nag-agree ka to do it with him and you allowed
it.
it.
That's very sa dyaryo madalas yun, rape with consent.
Baka po pag role-playing. Pero ako po, pag ako po yun, hindi po talaga ako papayag. So, yun po.
Kasi yung rape with consent, siguro below 18. Dahil ngayon kay Chris. Chris, may nakalagay kasi doon sa credits. Kasi I've seen the movie. Nilagay niyo sa credits si Ricky Liwan.
Ang naging process po talaga dito, when we first had the concept approved, we offered it to Ricky Lee para po isulat po ni Sir Ricky yung script. So si Sir Ricky po talaga yung unang tumira po ng script. However, due to time constraints din po, ganyan, we had to replace din po Sir Ricky kasi during that time, sobrang nirarush na rin po talaga namin yung project. So that's when Sir Enrico and I took over na po the writing. So kaya lang po siya based on an original screenplay by Sir Ricky kasi a lot of the elements and the spirit po talaga ng material was still there, pero malaki na po talaga yung nabago throughout the course of development po ng material.
And another thing, you just mentioned na when you presented the project to Malu, kaagad sinabi niya sa iyo, i-pitch mo kay Chito. Was he really the original choice?
Yes, opo. Si Direk Chito po talaga yung unang naisip po namin.
Palagay mo bakit?
Kasi po, una po, it's not your typical kind of drama. Yun po kasi parang pag tinignan nyo po yung material, it's very, very complex. It takes naku, direct, di ka tayo na-etchos It takes really talaga a master director for you to be able to pull off that kind of material. Kasi pag tinignan nyo po, pag pinanood mo yung pelikula, una pa lang, there's an investigation, hindi mo alam kung rape siya or hindi. Hindi siya straight out drama that our usual directors normally do. Kasi kung straight out drama siya, 'di ba? Parang marami namang kami ibang pwedeng kunin na directors to do it. Pero the mere fact that there's a mind play to it, tapos ang complex pa ng character ni John Lloyd, ang complex ng character ni Jessie, ang hirap ng marriage din ni Richard at ni Gretchen, parang wala kaming ibang maisip na director na kayang i-pull off talaga yung material but Direk Chito. Kasi Direk Chito naman is known for a lot of dramas. Na pag titignan niyo po yung mga dramas na nagawa ni Direk Chito, edgy talaga siya by nature. Alam mo parating may bagong hinahain si Direk Chito. Ang vision talaga ng Star Cinema from the very beginning sa The Trial, we want something new. Parang we want to veer away sana from the typical drama na pinipresent normally po ng Star Cinema.
Pasensya kayo ha, isa na ka lang
kay
Direk. Direk, una ang itatanong ko, why did you accept the project? Pangalawa, how were you able to do it? Napansin ko, wala kayong sinayang sa talent na kasama. Lahat umarte talaga. And without any of them, parang hindi complete ang Dapat talaga maging on trial ang pelikula kung hindi mo pinaganaw lahat. And so, it's so admirable.
Actually, when it was presented to me, I think the story was right in my alley. Unang-una, hindi siya straight romance. Tapos hindi siya straight family drama. As I've said before, ang daming elements na gusto ko. Of course, unusual yung setup ng family, no? Tapos, when the movie started, parang walang masayang tao sa buong pelikula. Sabi ko, ako lang masaya dito. Sabi ko, the whole premise kasi works on a challenge of making it work, no? So, how does an unusual family, a dysfunctional couple, and that ang daming angst, how will you make it into a movie na if you read and if you watch it, it's really about love and acceptance and forgiveness. So parang it was the biggest challenge for me to put it all together and bring it down to the level of yung sa nilalaman ng tao. Maging, kung sabi, maging sino ka man, maging bakla o tomboy, di ba? Or bitter na wife or what. It all boils down kung ano yung sa puso mo, kung anong talagang totoong pagkatao mo. At laging nandoon. And for me, I believe that what's inside is a need for something. A need for acceptance, a need for love. And for me, yun ang common talaga ng movie. And it was a challenge for me to make it work that way. On the second observation, it's a kind of movie that if one does not work, everything will not work. So I really made sure that all of my actors performed really well. Of course, I gave them the freedom as actors to study the role. I told them what my perception was, and kung anong hindi pwede, anong pwede, and what will work with the other characters, of course, kasi hindi lang naman sila sa buong pelikula. Kailangan bantayan ko talaga that every scene works for the story and for the characters they're portraying. Kaya siguro ganun ang observation ng karamihan, that the performances were good. Kasi very unforgiving ako sa pag-observe sa kanila rito because it was very critical that each of the key actors work. I mean, konti lang naman ang cast nito kung tutuusin mo eh. You know, I even have to make sure that Miley Cyrus looks like Miley Cyrus, and Ate Guy and Nicki Minaj, they all look like yung mga in-impersonate nila. So, ganun.
Okay. Okay na, tita?
Actually, ako may tanong.
Go, Flo.
Direct, paano yung journey? Kasi di ba, talaga ba nating sinadya na si Miss Sylvia, si Vince, kasi ganon, na kailangan ganon yung character nila? Or talaga sinadya nating maging dysfunctional? Yung family niya for us na makita yung
Kasi
journey?
alam mo, kung hindi ko nabalitaan yung very recently, like siguro like last quarter or 2 quarters ago, sa tabloid lang na may isang bakla at tomboy na nagpakasal sa Bulacan. That came how many months before? So when I read the storyline, sabi ko, ay, nagkaanak na sila. Yung sa utak ko na yung nagpakasal, as in nagpakasal sa simbahan as in yung bakla naka-makeup at lahat. No? I'm sure nabasa ng iba sa inyo rito. No? Nasabi ko, ito siguro yung future nila, may anak sila. Pero of course, in our storytelling, naging special child. No? At alam naman natin marami tayong kakilalang may mga special child na borderline, di ba? Hindi yun naman yung sobrang mongoloid or autistic or retarded. Yung function, sabi nga ni Sylvia, parang washing machine lang. High functioning, ganun lang. Anong question?
Yeah, yung ganun, yung nasa question na po.
Okay.
Regarding sa For Jessie, di ba, from Mercedes na medyo ganun eh. Kasi masaya, paano. Ito talaga from the start, everything is so painful eh, di ba? Yung character mo. So paano siya kabigat? Paano yung journey mo doon as Teacher Betsy, di ba? Ma'am Betsy yung character.
Sabi ko, kada shooting, nagdadasal po ako, kapag natapos ko tong pelikulang to. Grabe, bilib na ako sa sarili ko. Kasi syempre, director mo, Direk Chito, makakasama mo mga artista, si John Lloyd, si Gretchen, si Richard, kasama pa sila Mas Sylvia, sila Vince, ang gagaling nilang mga artista. Minsan, kapag kami nila Miss Vivian Velez magkaka-eksena, namamangha na lang ako na parang, ay, teka, kasali pala ako sa eksena. Yung mga ganong moments na, grabe, ito yung role na talagang matagal ko nang inaantay. I mean, if you really watch the film, it's very different from what I've done before.
Ay, oo.
And it's very different sa akin in real life na sabi ko, grabe, nagagawa ko pala yung ganito. So, yun nga, parang with the help of them, yun nga, tulad ng sinabi ni Direk Chito kanina na yung critical yung mga characters namin. Tapos kapag, yun nga parang palaging trial ako sa on trial ako sa movie na to. So, yun po, from Maria Mercedes, si Direk Chito din kasi yung nag-direct sa amin noon first few weeks. But, different siya Ay, months. So, sige. Months naman po. Pero, iba.
Doon
Iba
mo
yung
na-prove
Maria
na
Mercedes sa
kung gaano kahusay si Direk mag-alaga ng characterization.
character. Opo.
Hindi ka binitawan.
Hindi ako binitawan ni Direk. Nagkapitan lang. Kumapit lang. Patient lang siya sa akin. So, ako din naging patient sa bawat shooting. Yun po.
Okay.
Follow-up question para kay Direk. So since you've handled Jessie, how do you find Jessie as an actor? Yung journey mo rin in handling Jessie as the actress.
Word of the day, journey.
Hindi na na-try yan.
Journey. How do I what? Sorry.
How do you describe
Ano nang tingin mo kay Jessie after this project?
Well, you know, Jessie, ito lang yung sumpa. Because of the trial, because of the way she performed, she's now urged to perform better every time she gets a project. So she has proven herself to be a serious actor. So parang every project that she will get, so makakatanggap ka na ng baliw na character na pang MMK ka na. Taong grasa.
So wala, parang Jessie after
No,
this.
but ano kasi, I think they're gonna look at Jessie aside from the McDonald's sexy character, no, na gano'n to somebody more serious and open to acting challenges siguro.
Follow up ko na rin, Jessie, kasi after working with a Chito Ronyo, mamaniin mo na ba ang working with other directors? Sorry, Direk, negative ba yung pinakamatinding, pinakamalupit na director? Kasi he knows what he's doing, ano? So, mamaniin mo na ba after working with the Chito Ronyo in the next project you're doing? Easier na ba?
No naman po. I think in every role that I do or project, dapat palagi mo iniisip na yun yung last mo. Kasi yung kay Direk Chito po, hindi mo masasabing mamaniin or whatever sa ibang directors. Kasi, syempre, like actors, iba-iba din ang directors. Nagkataon lang na si Direk Chito talaga, sobrang galing. Strict siya, oo. Pagdating sa yung characterization, sa story, yung flow, strict siya doon. Pero alam mong, pag stricto siya sa'yo at inalagaan ka niya, alam mong he believes in you. So, para sa akin, sa iba kong roles na darating pa, hindi yun yung easy na lang eh. Para sa akin, mas nagkaroon ako ng kumpiyansa sa sarili ko.
Correct.
Na parang naging confident ako ulit. So, yun.
At saka yung knowledge mo na natutunan mo sa kanya na parang,
Opo, na at least
the
masyashare mo
Chito Ronyo
yung
experience I have to apply in this
opo.
project. Okay, thanks, Jessie. Ayan, okay na, Jude? Kasi later babalikan kita if you have more questions. For now, it's Mami Josephine.
Hello, good morning, ay good afternoon, or good morning pa rin po. Mami Jo po, that man. I'm also a teacher, so I'd like to ask.
Narip din ikaw.
Ay,
Diyos lang.
wish ko lang, charot.
Wow!
Ay, hindi naman.
From True to Life story ni Mami Jo.
Ay, teka muna, magtatanong muna.
Si
Wait
Miss Tisa rin pala.
Pwede
di ba?
mo magtanong mo.
Oo, pwede. Hindi niyo press content, hindi niyo vlog content. Go, Mami Jo.
Siguro po, ano po yung tanong nyo when you concept from the beginning when you had the concept of mentally challenged raping a teacher? From then, what were your questions? And now that it's getting to be, I think it's a blockbuster already, and people are itching to watch it. They're all interested. What are your questions now that it's done?
So what is your question? Go ahead.
Ano po yung gusto nyong itanong? Ano po yung mga nasa isip nyong tanong? Simula nung umpisa at ngayon natapos na. At
that's a nice
blockbuster na. Ano po yung nasa isip nyong about the story, about how tapos
paano siya tatanggapin ng tao?
Yes,
di ba?
tapos si Direk naman may tanong is siguro considering that you're one acclaimed, award-winning director na kilala sa paggawa ng ganitong klaseng linya ng drama, how different is it this time? Yung process nyo ng execution ng isang storya with the characters na hindi lahat veterano, yung iba ay bago. At saka with Star Cinema, this is your pang-ilan na po at pangalawa din po
Hindi.
ninyo?
Marami na.
Marami na.
Oo.
Marami nyo na pong nagawa. Opo. Paano po bang gumawa ng isang blockbuster katulad nito?
Let's start with Chris. The questions nung conceptualization and now people have seen it. Ano yung naging, ano na ngayon yung proyekto para sa iyo?
About the story yung tanong mo, no? Parang questions namin regarding the story. When we were starting talaga, ang una naming question was, kaya ba talaga mag-conceive ng somebody who's mentally delayed? Diba? Na may slow yung learning development niya and all that. Kaya ba talaga niya basically na mang-rape? Parang nasa utak ba niya talaga yung sex? Ganyan. Does he really know what's right from wrong? Ganyan. Tapos ano ang difference ng isang tao who's borderline normal? Kasi we didn't really want, intentional talaga namin na hindi siya magbudoy. Yung mga napanood yun na before na sobrang extreme acting talaga. Kaya si John Lloyd po ang kinas kasi he's the only actor we can think of na kaya nung ganong subtlety ng portrayal na borderline normal siya. Unang tingin mo, akala mo normal, but pag nagsalita na siya, dun mo lang marirealize parang may problema or may diferensya, ganyan. So, what we did was, sobrang intense talaga na research. Aside from the fact na tinanong din namin noon, kapag napatunayan na meron siyang mental disability, hindi ba automatically madidismiss yung kaso? So, marami talaga kaming questions na natanong, ganyan. At nasagot naman yung lahat pag napanood niyo po yung pelikula.
You have met people like
Yes.
Ronald.
To be specific lang po, ang naging process namin ng research, number one, we got a developmental psychologist. So, ang developmental psychologist, sila po ang mga psychologist talaga na nag-aaral po ng learning disabilities. So, meron kaming isang developmental psychologist na talagang kinoconsult namin from conceptualization pa lang. And in fact, up until shooting, kasama namin sila Direk Chito, pati si John Lloyd, nagwa-one-on-one consultation, tapos kino-correct talaga nung psychologist yung acting niya para makita na parang, teka, sumusobra ka na, hindi na yan borderline normal, ito ang borderline normal. So talagang kasama namin siya all throughout. Aside from that, we went pa to an orphanage, doon sa orphanage na yun, maraming special children. At meron kaming isa dong sample actually, na talagang close na close siya with how John Lloyd portrayed it. So talagang pinag-aaralan namin paano sila kumilos. In fact, si John Lloyd talagang lumalabas pa with them para talagang ma-observe ni John Lloyd. We also had a lot of lawyers, criminal lawyers na kinonsult namin who had similar cases before. Para alam din namin, para yung defense, realistic siya. Paano mo siya i-defend talaga bilang abogado. So panoorin niyo po yung pelikula para malaman niyo siya. After the movie, ano po yung naging, siguro ang question ko na talaga after the movie was, nasa tao na kasi nahain na namin yung buong kwento. So basically, all the questions sa story, nasagot ko na sa utak ko. Nasagot na namin. Pero ang tanong ko talaga afterward, siguro, number one, paano siya tatanggapin ng tao? Nasa audience na talaga parang gayong nakagawa kami ng ganitong pelikula na bago. Kaya bang tanggapin ng tao considering na hindi siya rom-com, hindi siya comedy, medyo mabigat siya, ganyan. Tapos pangalawa, gusto ko talaga malaman, kamusta naman ang character ni Bessie? After the movie, di ba? After nung whole ginawa niya, parang ang interesting lang din malaman, nagpakamatay ba siya? Or umalis na ba siya ng Pilipinas? Parang hindi ko na po alam. Yun po.
Si Direk, after many years of working with Star Cinema and...
Pangalawa pa nga lang daw eh. Bago pa lang ako sa ano. Ano ba ang tanong sa akin?
Sige, ulitin mo Mami John naman.
Siguro direct, how different is it this time with this movie compared to all the other movies that you've done?
He's done movies na rin naman na first-timer actor na...
I've done a lot of court scenes before. But this time, it's not really a made-up. It's not... this is the first time na gumawa ako ng court scene na halos makatotohanan sa Philippine court. Sa blocking nila sa loob ng korte. Kasi yung mga previous court scenes ko, usually binibase ko sa American system na kunwari may jury na naglalakad yung lawyer. Kasi kinakausap ang jury kasi mas dramatic yun sa kanila eh. Yung ating court situation, nakita mo niyo yung court natin, di ba malaki pala yan? Di ba? Sa mumurahing chapel. Malaki pa talaga. So, lalo na pag nakita niyo yung family court, malaki pa tong kwarto ito. No? So, napaka-boring ng mga para nagbi-meeting lang kayo. And challenge was to make it interesting. No? Of course, within the boundaries of the court etiquette. No? So, yun. With physically ganon. Pangalawa is, I had to make the story very strong and the characters work for the court scenes to be effective. Kasi without the previous two, kahit anong gawin mo sa court scene, magiging uninteresting siya. You have well, if you watch the movie, mapapansin nyo na generally the audience is great, parang it's riveting for them kasi concerned na sila sa mga characters eh. And somebody told me that they enjoy the court scenes. Na takot ako before kasi di ba nakaupo lang lahat. So parang it's so challenging to make it really work in a real sense. So you really have to make it a bit dramatic in a way.
Okay. Okay na. Thanks, Direk.
May tanong.
Mami.
Thank you, Direk. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. Salamat din.
Alright. More questions? Ayan, your name, please.
Hi po, I'm Gracie of It's Me Gracie at blogspot.com. Question ko lang po kayo, sir. Gaano umakma yung roles nila Miss Jessie Mendiola and John Don Cruz dun sa role nila dun sa movie?
Kung napanood nyo po, sobrang akmang-akma. The psychologist na in-interview namin, she was in the premiere night. After that, sabi nung psychologist talaga, this was really more than what I expected. Kasi nung napanood niya si John Lloyd, syempre di ba, kasama niya na, workshop niya, ganyan-ganyan, napanood niya yung pelikula, parang hindi na talaga niya nakita si John Lloyd. Kasi nakita niya talaga isang tao who's developmentally delayed. Parang gano'n. Kay Jessie naman po, actually sobrang, paano ko ba i-explain, na-impress, ako personally, sobrang ako na-impress talaga kay Jessie. Kasi when we were writing the script, we wanted somebody na, alam mo yung sobrang subtle talaga ng acting kasi hindi, ang grabe yung secret ng character niya, hindi pwedeng lumabas eh. And in fact, pag pinanood niyo yung pelikula, ilang beses mo lang makikitang lumalabas si Jessie. Pero every time lumalabas si Jessie, consistent siya sobra sa character niya. Parang ang ganda sobra ng pagka-poker face ni Jessie doon na hindi mo talaga nababasa ano ba talaga yung totoo. Pero kita mo pa rin yung pain na nararamdaman ng character niya. And that's very, very difficult to portray. So, parang for somebody like Jessie na, syempre, di ba, parang ang konti pa lang naman ng movie sa amin ni Jessie eh. Pero nung nilabas niya yung The Trial, sobrang totoo yung sinabi kanina ni Direk Shito, na parang after this, si Jessie will forever be judged against The Trial. So, sobrang pressure kay Jessie, but I'm sure she will do well in the future.
Thank you. Kay Miss Jessie naman, is this your first time to do a project with John Lloyd?
Opo, first time.
And can you tell us more how was it working with John Lloyd? Especially yung role kasi yung movie medyo sensitive din and medyo drama din. So, can you tell us more?
Nakakakaba katrabaho si John Lloyd kasi yun nga, as we all know, he's a very good actor. Sa kanya kasi, palagi siyang palagi siyang in character kapag dumadating ng set. Never siyang nakikipag-usap siya pero never yung in real life kasi siya yung charming, bubbly. Sa set kasi quiet siya, in character, palaging may dinadala. So, para sa akin, akala ko hindi ko kaya yung scenes kasi 'di ba sinasabi natin na para mas maganda yung rapport nyo as co-actors, dapat you know each other or like nag-uusap kayo bago yung eksena or alam nyo kung ano mangyayari or hindi. Sa kanya, hindi kami masyadong nakapag-usap, hindi din kami masyadong nakipagkwentuhan. Pero nandun yung, dahil ginagawa niya yung trabaho niya, ako din, kaya ko din sabayan siya. So, dun talaga ako nahirapan kasi sabi ko, grabe, hindi kami nag-uusap. Yung hi, hello namin, hi, uy, sige. Ganun lang, pero wala kamusta ka na di ba, pag kinakabahan ka sa set, kailangan nag-uusap kayo or like relax lang. Pero yun, hindi nangyari sa amin. Pero pag tinitignan niya ako sa eksena, kapag natatapos namin yung bawat eksena namin, meron siyang certain look na parang, you did it, girl. Ganun siya. So, ganun siya dito sa pelikulang to. And I could say naman na, nasuportahan naman. Tamang suporta. Ganun po.
Okay.
Thank you po.
Okay, Grace. Okay, well, okay, more questions?
Hello, sir. I'm John. I'm from Kumakaw.com. I was just want to ask Direk Chito, situational. Would you be really upset because you've done, excuse me, you've done the film superbly. The actors have acted quite well. Would you be really upset if they didn't win any award after this one?
As of today, I would be upset if none of the actors would be recognized. It's not the winning, you have so many other films competing all together, and it's supposed to be a friendly competition. It's not a sports competition that you have to outrun each other. You have the limitation of a role. You have the limitation of the treatment of the movie, and the genre of the movie. So I will not be. I will be surprised if none would be recognized or nominated. I think the most important thing is to be recognized first. Now, winning is another story. There are countless awards and counting. So we cannot anymore track how many award-giving bodies there are. But it's gonna be surprising if none of the performances was recognized.
Sir, if there were someone that you would think would immediately be in the forefront of winning one, who would it be in your cast?
It's very hard kasi ang dating ng aking movie. Of course, the lead, the supporting would go down their category. So if you were a lead star, and then that would be Lloydie. So everybody else is supporting Lloydie here. So you'll have a lot of nominations for supporting.
That's sir, thank you.
Okay. For the record, we now have 62 award-giving bodies, ha? 62. Chika, Diyos lang.
Contest tayo.
62, tapos may mga every year nanganganak, nagiging
5 seconds, mag-name kayo ng 5.
Correct.
1, 2.
True. Okay, Jude.
Follow-up question for Miss Jessie. After doing Bessie, what did the character do to you personally and as an actor? And what are other roles are you looking forward to in tackling in the future? Since nga, sabi nga ni Direk, mag-ready ka na, baka iba-ibang, mas challenging pa yung characters na ibibigay sa'yo. And after that, after being handled by, second question, after being handled by Direk Chito, who are other directors you'd like to work with in the future?
So first question, personally, before kasi, I wouldn't have that confidence to portray this kind of role. And para sa akin, nung natapos ko yung pelikula, and now hearing all the good comments from the people, nung isang araw din, nung premiere night namin, everyone just kept on congratulating me and telling me that you've done well. The other casts also, of course, like Chito. And personally, I want to do more roles like this. Ito yung tipong role na pinag-iisipan mo din. It's not laid out to you like that. It's a very complex role. And it makes you think. It makes you think not only yung characterization mo, of course, pati sa scenes, how can you interact with someone like John Lloyd's role, di ba, kay Ronald. So, yung mga ganung bagay po, mga ganung roles, gusto ko po talagang gumawa ng mga ganun. And ngayon lang po ako nabigyan ng pagkakataon na mapakita na kaya ko din po pala. So, for me, opo, kinakabahan ako sa mga susunod na roles na baka nag-expect na nga po, baka nag-expect sila na naku, dun sa The Trial lang, galing niya, na-handle siya. Eh, dito pa kaya sa mga next roles niya, ano kaya niya ipakita. So, I'm very excited also at the same time. Sa second question po,
Who do you look forward to working with?
yes.
Director.
Ken, meron ka ba listahan ng mga
Teka lang po.
kasi inaano yan pinipresent sa akin.
Marami. Kaya lang, di ba, parang weird naman kung magpapangalan ako.
Mike Rolon, makichika lang. Just like. Comedy na.
Para po sa akin, kahit sino po, hindi mo naman pipili kung sino director makatrabaho mo eh. Pero, as long as matututo ka sa kanya, bakit hindi? So, yun po.
Parang si Jessie, dun pala sa showing na nanalo na siya ng award for all the recognition she's getting. Okay. Okay, more questions?
Question po para kay Sir Chris.
Saan website ka, te?
Sa Star Cinema.
Oh, here you are again. Okay. Your question?
Sir Chris, a question lang po tungkol po sa role ni Enrique. Kasi
Anong problema natin sa role ni Enrique?
si Teacher Bessie po kasi medyo mysterious din po siya. Parang medyo ganun din po ka-mysterious si Enrique, yung role po niya. Ano po yung klase ng relationship na meron siya kay John Lloyd, kina Jessie, sa parents po niya, si Richard, tsaka si Gretchen, ganun po. Paano po siya nagpo-function po bilang anak dun po sa...
Manood ka kaya, para alam mo.
Napanood mo na ba? Hindi ba? Ay, okay. Panoorin mo na lang. Kasi yun nga, parang pag kinwento ko rin yung character ni Enrique, parang kinwento ko na rin yung character ni Jessie. At i-spoil ko na yung buong movie. But yun lang siguro. Ang hirap kasing pag usapan ng kwento ni Enrique because Enrique is a very key character sa The Trial. So yun, kaya pansinin ninyo, even, di ba pag pinapanood yung trailers, pag pinapanood yung mga versions na pinapalabas namin, parang, hindi ko masyadong kilala si Enrique, ano bang meron to? Because he's a very central character in fact sa The Trial. Para akala mo si Emily ang lead ng role niya, but every time lumalabas siya, may secret siyang nilalabas. Parang gano'n. So yun, ang hirap nga i-discuss.
#talak. Chris Gas.
Hindi naman, tayo manood ka. Hindi boss, kay...
Para saan ba to? Sige na, ano yung
kay
question?
Miss Vivian po, siya lang po yung, ko doon, siya lang po yung relative ko sa movie. Well, ninang ko si Miss Gretchen, but syempre mas na kay Miss Vivian yung on family side ko. I could say siguro na sa character ko, kaya siya insecure and kaya siya mababa yung confidence niya sa sarili niya. Kasi nga, her tita is very strict. Si Miss Vivian yun. At saka, doon yung pressure kay Bessie. Kasi si Miss Vivian, nakikita lang niya lagi si Bessie. Yung buong mundo niya na kay Bessie. So, yun lang yung relationship namin. So,
Okay.
sana panoorin niyo na.
Sorry, I guess to put things in perspective. Hi, Chris. Kasi malaki yung role ng anak sa relationship with parents sa movie. For Enrique with Richard and Gretchen, and for John Lloyd, and with Vince and Sylvia. So, if you can share short lang, parang individually as Chris, as Direk Chito, and as Jessie, how are you with the relationship with your parents? Because it's also an important issue that we're tackling in this movie.
So personal to, yun naman pala eh. Hindi kasi linaw. So, how close, how faithful your relationship
How
with
open
your,
are you with your guardians or with your
siblings
family
or what
members?
have you?
Ano ba yun? Hindi naman ako mag-share. Ako, personally, I'm very close to my mom. Sa nanay ko talaga.
Explain pa si Jessie, yung pala naman personal, di ba?
Personal. Sobrang ako close sa nanay ko. Parang feeling ko siya pinaka-importanting tao sa buhay ko. Parang gano'n. It really matters to me what she says, what she thinks of, ganyan. Tapos, recently kasi, early this year kasi my mom was diagnosed with cancer. So because of that, sobra kong tinitreasure ngayon every moment I spend with my mom. Ganyan. Kasi parang dun ko, kasi di ba before, we used to take naman our relationship with our parents for granted. Kasi parang feeling natin parang, hey, mamamatay yan, matanda na yan, parang ganyan. Yun naman lagi iniisip natin, di ba? So parang I'm just gonna keep living my life, ganyan-ganyan. Pero pag nandun na yung reality that life is temporary, na parang, di ba, may expiration date lahat ng bagay, you'd learn to treasure every moment you spend with her. Parang gano'n. Yung tatay ko, okay lang. Yung okay lang! Wala na siya tungkol sa tatay. Pero yun, mas ako talaga sobrang close ako sa mom ko.
Okay. Direk, you have something to share?
Wala na akong parents eh. So ako ulila na. Ayan. So pero when they were alive, okay naman. I have no complaints. So they were a very giving parent, and they were very understanding. Yun lang.
Thank you, Direk.
Jessie, okay. Si Jessie din sasagot.
Jessie.
Hintiyahin mong totoo.
Hintiyahin mo totoo. Totoo naman pala. Mga tita ko po kasi sobrang bait sa akin. Mahal na mahal ako ng mga tita ko. Whenever my mom's busy with my siblings, mga tita ko naman ang nag-aalaga sa akin. So, ako din, I have no complaints with the way my mom brought me up and how my father is kahit malayo siya. I feel very loved. So, I have no problems with them.
Thank you, Jessie.
Okay, thank you. Okay, more questions. Your name, please. Can we share the mic?
I'm Patrick from DefinityManila.com. For Sir Chris, kasi kanina you've mentioned more on the scientific and research on the character of John Lloyd. That's what I'm really curious about eh. Kasi meron na rin naman kayo na feature in ABS na Budoy, ganyan. And this one, what is the awareness that you want to share to the people by doing this project na parang, meron palang borderline, so parang bago sa amin yun. So, what is the goal or objective na pwede namin matutunan aside from the case? In general, parang yung mga ganung klase ng situation ng isang tao na may psychologically challenged. Ano yung parang maging aware, kailangan ba naming matakot kasi pwede ba lamang rape? Or parang kailangan namin silang mas intindihin na meron silang capacity rin pala as a normal person, and then ano yung dapat din namin maging treatment sa kanila kung in case na meron kaming kakilalang same situation as John Lloyd. Yun lang, sir.
Uma-advocacy ba ikaw, Derek, when you thought about this place? Uma-advocacy ba kayo when you thought about the concept as the project? Chris?
Ako, ang plastic ko naman sabi ko, oo. Hindi naman talaga, parang hindi naman yung, gawa tayo ng pelikula so we can have an advocacy. Parang hindi naman ganun.
Yun ba yun? Something like that, going okay?
Oo, parang the advocacy, honestly, wala siya talaga sa head namin. We just wanted to tell a good story. Yun lang talaga yung gusto namin. But the advocacy, siguro personally sa amin, happened after, nung naka-interact na namin sila, ganyan, ano ba talaga yung totoo pinagdadaanan nila. The first thing you said na parang dapat ba kaming matakot kasi marunong pala sila mang-rape, siguro that's the last thing that we'd like you to feel for them, di ba? Parang matakot kayo sa kanila or anything. If there's really one insight that I got upon interviewing them and upon interviewing the psychologist, ang ganda nung sinabi niya na ang different